plan, she had no clue what her rights were and completely panicked. That's exactly what you can't do. The difference between keeping your kids and losing them comes down to being prepared. There's this book, Stay Calm, CPS is Coming, that breaks down everything you need to know. Education isn't just power, it's protection. Grab it on Amazon or check cpsbreakingnews.com. Don't wait until it's your door they're knocking on.
That's how I keep the party going, you know. Oh, yeah! Tiff and the Punisher! Tiff and the Punisher! Tiff and the Punisher! Oh! Tiff and the Punisher! What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is Tiff and the Punisher! We are the Punisher Band! I'm Tiff! Tiff and the Punisher! And we're here to rock you! Tiff and the Punisher! We're here to save your children! Tiff and the Punisher! And fight against the evil CPS! Tiff and the Punisher! We're gonna stuff the Constitution down their throats! Tiff and the Punisher! Oh, yeah! Tiff and the Punisher! Keep the party going, y'all! Tiff and the Punisher! Let's get it on! Tiff and the Punisher! Here we go! Tiff and the Punisher! Come on! Tiff and the Punisher! Oh! Tiff and the Punisher! Here we go! Tiff and the Punisher! Oh! Oh! Let's go! Tiff and the Punisher! We're here to save your children! Tiff and the Punisher! And fight against the evil CPS! Tiff and the Punisher! We gotta stuff the Constitution down the throats! Tiff and the Punisher! Oh, yeah!
They are taking our kids every day. I try to meet and no one has a thing to say for those who have been isolated. Don't be worried, you have a voice today. So listen up everyone, here is the story. Child Protective Services is real. CPS is what they call it. They want our kids because it fills a lot of people's wallet. We all think it won't be us. We say when they come we will be so tough. It all sounds good when there's no one to take them. But when they come, your voice gets to breaking. Stay calm, step away. CPS ain't taking no one today. We are educated. Stay calm, step away. CPS, you need to leave. I know the tricks up your sleeves. You can't do what you're trying to do. We have done our homework. Don't do a damn thing without a warrant. You no longer will steal our kids this way. Tiff and the Punisher have come for the calling. They are giving us the CPS warning. Their voice is loud and clear. We stop losing our kids this year. Tiff wants to fight the entire planet. She is tired of our kids being taken, God damn it. She's been fighting CPS for 30 years, bringing children home from this disgusting mess. The Punisher is screaming out loud, abolish CPS and tear it down. I want all our kids to come back. Look at all those kids, pictures held up by thin ties. Together we are stronger than we need. We will tear down CPS with high speed. We will do so much being together. Birds of a feather fly together. So watch out, CPS, here we come. Picking you one by one. We promise to bring back the family and prosecute the caseworkers unhandily. Give us back the kids you have taken. Tiff and the Punisher sending you all on a vacation. The one with bars in the windows and the only games you play are old Nintendos. Corruption in courts, here we come. We won't stop until it's done. You judges need to learn what you stand for. This is Tiff and the Punisher warrior, and we cry out to all of you out there. We need support for a cause that many don't care. All children.
That was really strange. The music just stopped.
Yeah.
Where are we?
I don't know.
Yeah, there you are. Here I am. My picture's not up. I wasn't quite ready for that. That was kind of an abrupt stop. Oh, there we go. Oh, there it is. Hey! All right, hey, everybody.
We plan on doing the stopping. Let's stop it.
All right. What's up, Tiff?
It's Friday.
It's Friday. We have a special edition Friday.
Yep. And Renee's out of court, and she's about to come on.
Oh,
And I want her to tell everybody what happened in court today.
all right. Well, let's get her out here. Nervous. Well, Renee?
Talk into your mic, Darren. Hi, Renee.
Hi.
What happened in court today?
So, it was kind of weird. Well, Scott and I got to sit in and talk with both my attorney and his. And they both did try. Mine actually did try to do her job. And as soon as she started questioning the supervisor of justice works, who they were the people that did the supervised visit, they found, so he had sent out a paper to us after I had tried to get in to see my daughter. And then he had to call the cops, but I also called the cops. He had sent out a certified letter that was, on the 26th of June, and then sent out another letter on the 27th of June. But we never got the certified letter until July, stating that both of us would have to sign it. He could still visit with Cameron, our son, but I was not allowed near.
Not the
Is
right
she
time
free?
to freak out.
And so,
That you
yes,
were
I
not
did.
allowed what?
I was not allowed to be present at and not on their property or during video visits that Scott would be able to have with our son. So, but that did not get to us because obviously and he was that you sent it out June 26th, but then already sent out the letter stating that you were not going to do visits for either one of them on the June 27th. And then the first one that was a certified letter didn't get signed and received until July 17th. But that's because a certified letter, obviously, they have to hand it to me and I got to sign it. Well, our mailman comes at 1 o'clock. We don't get home from work until like 7:38. Then eventually they usually, leave a letter stating that you have mail down there. So like he's like, well, I don't know. I don't work for the post office.
That's quite a face to freeze too.
To go and in person within the very next day you sent out the letter, so we couldn't even sign it that he wanted to continue the visits, because the very next day you sent out the letter stating that you weren't doing it for either one of us. So their lawyer, CYS's lawyer, had said something, and then my attorney was like, speculation.
We lost her.
Oh gosh.
Either way, but as soon as they all started getting pissed off, the other attorney, their lawyer and the judge and whatnot, she already knew that she was done. She was screwed. But I will say she did try. She was trying to do her job. And then they put the therapist, the trauma therapist, on the stand. And she said, since June, my daughter was doing good, but then took that back because then she lied. She lied and said that she was now doing twice instead of one visit a week. She was gonna minimize or put it down to like once every 2 weeks instead of once every week. But then it started where things were happening with our daughter, and she was getting worse, even though that it was at the same time that she wasn't seeing me when she said that she was getting better. And then she said that our daughter has nightmares of me screaming in her face. This has never happened. But my daughter does not like hurting people's feelings. So, but I put my daughter in grave or severe or grave danger, because when she tells me something like, when she calls them mom and I cry, so my emotions are what are considered grave threat, but emotional. What did they say? Phoebe fears emotional retaliation, and that emotional retaliation is when I cry or show any emotions, and that's the grave danger I'm putting my daughter in if I have visits with her. Yeah, that's what they use to stop the visits.
But if you weren't emotional, they would say you had a detachment to your children.
Yeah.
Like, I am beyond confused, and they made it as if I don't allow, or I'm not okay with my daughter's feelings and emotions. I said, what? I tell my daughter she needs to understand them. You need to understand them. You need to be able to get this out. You need to be able to talk. You need to be able to, like, I have told my daughter, I said, I know you're pissed at me. I know I disappointed you. I said, you can yell at me. I said, you deserve it. You can. And she's like, you would never disappoint me, Mom. They literally have brainwashed my fucking daughter. And then I had it in me that I was gonna get up there. I was gonna apologize to him, but he already had, like, he made it out like he has been 36 years of doing this, has never heard a case like this, and he says, and I don't even know what I would do if one of my child ever said that. But yet he doesn't have any knowledge really with a child at the age of 8. And I wanted to say, oh, so all 5 of your children you didn't fucking spend time with. They were at home with your wife. Oh yeah, that's a big huge hole that they put in. So, like, and then, like, Scott's like, you gotta calm down. You gotta calm down. Just because I'm like, I can't help it that I'm crying. And I'm, like, I said, this motherfucker. I said, you literally, and that's where I explain, well, where I see where Gunner says, like, you know, you say that you raped.
Uh-oh.
Frozen again. There you go. And back. I feel like I'm doing exercise. And 1, and a 2, and a 3.
Emotional retaliation to him sounded like
The worst thing
the
next to
worst
physical
thing
abuse.
next to physical abuse.
So what did your lawyers, both of your lawyers, say? I mean, I can believe that's what happened because it happens all the
So
time.
I had my mother there, my sister, my one customer who's like another mother to me, one of my very
Frozen people.
and they didn't even put my on like the Justice
breaking up.
Works or oh sorry. When my cross reference questioning the Justice Works supervisor and then one of the other Justice Works workers, one of the lesbians, but I have never had issues with her. I didn't care, like she was, but because one of my texts in a group text, she felt like I was saying it to her turn. Is, you know, she's a lesbian, and I said being disgusting lesbian pigs have my children, and so it literally just, no matter what my attorney would, she even told me, she's like, I'm screwed, I can't do anything. She's like, they're all, even the judge was there, he was sitting there quiet after saying something, and I mean for a good while, and then she's like, Your Honor, and he says, don't interrupt, that's rude, very rude. And she's like, I'm sorry. Well, we thought you were done, fucker. Like, we all sat there for a long time. And there was so many cops, and then the fucking lesbian bitch was there, and she had a police officer escort her the fuck out of town. I said, really? You are all making me out to look like, I said, and I trust me, I want to. Oh my God, I want to. I said, but are you kidding me? And I don't care to talk to my child, maybe, or why not have the paperwork that the child is to be there, and they never are. And then my attorney brought up, well, this is all going towards me, something affecting, it's all affecting my daughter, but not my son. So what about visits with my son? Now he says I'm putting both motions, and there's no visits with either one of them. Terminated my right to visitations.
So are you going to appeal that decision?
They terminated your rights, or they terminated your visits?
They terminated my visits.
All right.
My termination for parental rights is in October. So that's why I wanted to talk to Gunner, because like this, everything is so screwed up, but I don't know if I do the federal civil suit and then the change of jurisdiction, because I believe you said
first
that
of all, the general rule, check this, the general rule is this, and everybody needs to listen to this very well. You don't get involved in lawsuits until your case is over with, because they will put this up against you. They will put it up against you. You'll get things confused. If you are actively in your cases right now, you should not be trying to file lawsuits against CPS. Like, you shouldn't be trying to do that. You need to handle your case first, because the last thing you need is retaliation. And there's not a good lawyer out there that will tell you any different. If you haven't finished your case up, it's just like people trying to advocate that aren't done their cases. They can't do it. You can't. It's just impossible. You can't be an advocate and be active in your case. You know, like, you need to take this time and focus on what you've got to do for you and to get this thing a victory for yourself. You know, like, I know it seems like, because either way, the 1983 and all that, that's not going to get your kid home. Your goal right now is to get your child home. I mean,
Yeah.
sure, there's that off the wall chance that the thing comes through with the witness protection and all that. Sure, that's the case. But you know what? They could take your kid just as back as they did. It's not a finished deal for you. So
Right.
you need to focus on what you've got to do for this stuff. Like this is just my opinion. I've been doing this for quite some time, but I know that all the big dogs will tell you straight up, don't worry about lawsuits and suing until you've got your case finished and you're done, and you've gone through that. And I'm not trying to be a downward spiral or a Debbie Downer or anything. I'm just saying what I know that all these big dogs say all the time is they're like, "Are you done with your case yet?" No, then you can't do this yet. Like it's not your time. And that, but again, my opinion, you do whatever you got to do, Renee. And I mean, I
No,
applaud
I
you for
get
fighting the way
it,
that
and
you're
that's why I
fighting.
said, like, I listen to Yins. I know Yins have been like, I'm new to all of this. I just but even my fiance said, he's like, we got to get out of this court because now that lawyer or that judge has painted me as I don't even give a shit, or that I'm literally just because I have emotions and I tear up during my visits when I'm sad about something, but yet all the documentation shows that my daughter says, "Please don't be sad, mom. Stop crying. It's okay." And I want to come home and all this, but supposedly she's scared to tell me that she wants to stay where she is. And I literally have said it. If my daughter tells me that she's happier where she is, I will give up my rights.
Well, don't ever say that. Don't ever say that. Don't
Well,
ever.
to me, I want my daughter happy. I
Of
do.
course.
If you
Of course,
believe
but
you
you
are
said it
happy,
yourself, Renee. You already said it. They've got her brainwashed.
yeah,
She doesn't know. She's 8 years old. She
yeah,
doesn't look at these kids are in freaking survival mode. They've been ripped out of their home the only thing that they've ever known. They're put in with a bunch of strangers like you. You get to call this show. You get friends. You have people that are still in your life. You got people that are still in your life that were there before this all happened. She's got nothing. She's sitting there by herself, trying to make sense of what's going on, being
yeah.
told by a bunch of adults this, that, and the other. She's just in survival mode. It doesn't mean that she doesn't love you. It doesn't mean that she hates you.
And
It doesn't mean any of that stuff. She's just a confused kid trying to make the best out of this situation that she can and figure out how to do it. It's got nothing to do with you. You're
she's
not
her
awful. She
technically
doesn't
big
hate you.
brother.
She doesn't not love you. She doesn't any of those things. She's just trying to make it so her life is not so she can't go there. And if she goes in and says, I want to be with my real mom, and I don't mean to say my real mom, but it says that, like, I want to be my real mom and your dad and all this stuff, she's got to feel the repercussions of the house that she's in.
Yeah.
Whether it's the emotion of them being upset, whether it's the emotion of them being angry, there's some sort of something that
It's their
she's going to
it's
face.
their feelings being hurt. My daughter just
Right.
wants everybody to be her friend. She does
Right.
not like anybody being sad, and that's what it is. And instead of the judge knowing that, it's
Right.
they made it out like it's because she is just terrified of me being upset and mad
She
about
probably
how
is terrified of you being upset, but not from the way that they're seeing it. They're seeing
Yeah.
it it's like this. Look, when I was in my case, when they first took our daughter, they said that we were late for this visit. We weren't late, and it was on Mother's Day, right? So we went in there, and they had said, "Well, your visit's first, so blah 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 blah." So I came in, did my visit and everything. They said, "Well, because you guys were late, then your wife doesn't get to come in here and have her visit." And I said, "What? Excuse me?" I said, "It's Mother's
Okay.
Day. That's not happening." And now she hadn't seen her yet either. We hadn't seen our daughter yet. This was our first visit. And we weren't expecting the place to be in this raggedy mall or any of this stuff. Like, this whole thing was out of whack. Anyway, so I said, "Really?" So now I'm boiling. I'm not even paying attention to Nina. I wasn't. All I was doing was thinking how pissed off I am, knowing that I could see Mary out in the parking lot. This little girl can see Mary out in the parking lot, and all she wants is her mom. And they're telling me that she can't have this. So when my visit time should have ended, I started packing my shit up, and I got up to leave. And she's like, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm leaving." I said, "Nina, your mom will be right in because, you need to see your mom. It's Mother's Day, this, that, and the other." And then all of a sudden Nina's like, "Dad," because I got a little pissed off. I didn't get loud. I wasn't rude or disrespectful, but she said Nina went over to the counselor or went over to the caseworker and grabbed her out of fear. And you know what? She was right. She was scared because she had never seen me angry before. She had never seen any of that emotion. And she didn't want to be the cause of it and didn't want to think that way of it. You know, like that's what they do. So they try to initiate that, you know, like they try to stop that emotion from happening. You know, like it's not that she's not afraid of you being upset. She's afraid of you being upset. You know what I'm saying? She doesn't want to see her mom sad or hurt. Like that's what she doesn't want. She's not scared of you, but she is scared because she doesn't want you to be hurt. That's what they take that into the courtrooms and they fuck the whole thing all up. They put it all the hell, turn it around on you. And most of our lawyers are too fucking stupid to even realize what they're talking about. So they don't even defend that. And that's what happens to everyone.
And then they said that my daughter said that she would do visits with me as long as I was doing okay and getting help. But that's not happening.
How does your daughter even know that you need help?
Right? Why
Who's talking about it?
Right.
Yeah. It's the fucking lesbians because who told her about the court hearing coming up? The therapist said that she was worried about, you know, the court hearing, what happens today. That was even said that I'm not allowed to discuss that with my daughter. Why the fuck are you doing it?
Mm-hmm. Right.
See,
why they get to do it? Yeah.
They play by one set of rules. Theirs.
They don't even do that because if you read their handbook, it says to them the first thing that you do is be completely transparent to the child and tell them what's going on at all times. And they're fucking liars. It says it right in their handbooks.
Yep.
So you need to get out of JDNR and you need to get into district or circuit court.
Yeah.
See, I don't understand how your guys' courts work down there or whatever because we don't have it that way. I don't get like so you're in what, a district court right now or something, or what are you in? Like
Commonwealth Court.
Common please. Or
Court of Common
Pleas.
Yeah, because we have the magistrate and then we have the Court of Common Pleas. And
you have a magistrate? Are magistrates even able to hear these cases? Tiff?
I don't think so.
No, they're actually below the Court of Common Pleas.
What state are you in?
Pennsylvania.
Oh. I live in a Commonwealth state too. But here, if you appeal a case here, you leave JDNR, go to district. If you lose there, you go to circuit. Once you lose there, you go straight to federal.
Yeah, you'd have to look that up and see where because I know we definitely have to get out of this court because he already now and mind you, I wanted to tell him like I'm sorry, and then I wanted to remind him like you commended us for being the only ones in Armstrong County to ever get our children back in that short amount of time of custody or CYS taking him into custody. We got them back within 6 months, but all of a sudden in 2 years, all this shit has fucking changed. They have changed everything up.
Okay.
I said,
so you know why they're pulling your visits, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because the less contact they have with you, the easier it's going to be to TPR you in October.
Yep. And it's literally
well,
been 5 months.
How long has it been since you've talked to your daughter now?
Since June 9th. And it's been 5 months since I've spoken to CYS or that they have.
So that puts what? October makes it 6 months. There you go. There's your answer right there.
Yep.
That's exactly what they did to me. Same exact damn thing. They pushed my TPR hearing from May to June 26th or July, whatever the hell it was. Anyway, it was 6 months to the day because they loved it. They ran right in there and look at it. He abandoned his kid. All because they canceled my visits. But even though they did it, it didn't matter. The judge took into consideration that because of 6 months of no contact with my daughter, I abandoned my kid. So it made it a mandatory. See you later. So I would say this: you need to figure out a way to get in contact with your kids right away. You need to talk to your lawyer and tell them somehow, some way, this has got to turn around.
Well, she tried to get it to where it was going to be therapeutic visits under, and he shot that. He says, no, I'm going with the motion of.
Wait, who said no?
The judge.
The judge did?
Yeah. Because he just automatically, he acted like when she said emotional retaliation, he considered it right underneath physical abuse. I was like, what the fuck is emotional retaliation? And then it's me crying when my daughter says something like, or I'm crying because I miss them so much. and I shed a tear, my emotions are what the retaliation is. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
And I'm like, my attorney's like, I'm so sorry. She's like, what we're gonna do though is we're gonna get subpoenas for everything, for your for the court hearing for the termination of my parental rights. And that's in October. I said, what makes you think they ain't gonna move it up now? Because he fucking thinks and made me look like I'm a fucking pedophile or a fucking murderer.
Mm-hmm.
But you need to appeal it.
Yeah, immediately. Right.
You
Oh
need
yeah.
to get into a higher court because they can overturn that decision.
Right. So, well, you got to get a hold of Jamie, and so I got to get a hold of her and tell her, because no matter what, she knew that.
You only have 10 days.
Well, then I got to.
Is that how that works for these things? I know a termination of parental rights is 10 days, but is that how these decisions are to do that?
All appeals have to be done within 10 days of the decision. So you only have until not next Friday, but the Friday after that to get your appeal in, or they're not going to hear it.
Okay. Am I able? No, it has to be my attorney that does it, right?
Tell your attorney you want to appeal that decision.
Right.
Make sure you tell yours too. Yeah, even his attorney tried and did some questioning, but then he knew as soon as their lawyer was getting pissed off, because then all the other people that were subpoenaed to be there, he's like, they don't need to be here. Is that okay if they leave? They've been subpoenaed. And the judge was like, any objections? And the guardian ad litem was like, no. And she stood up and she said, I believe it is putting them in grave danger. I am all for the motion that they are not to visit with their mother. I was like, you motherfuckers. And I'm like, who the fuck are you? You don't even have any kids, you old fucking crazy bat. Like, oh my God.
So in PA, you can appeal a final order terminating visitation or parental rights in Pennsylvania within 30 days.
Within 30 days, it says in Pennsylvania.
Okay, you got 30 days.
But I still want it done now.
I would waste no time because you just said your hearing's in October, right? Well, October's right around the fucking corner here.
Yeah. Oh, and that's why they said also, like me, that the bond, their lawyer said that the bond has nothing to do or have any.
Yeah, they're doing that lately. They're doing a lot of that.
And I'm like, the bond? Are you fucking kidding me? You traumatized my children by taking them. You put them in a totally new environment that they're not used to. And then you literally just, my God, I'm like, what? How are you so fucking ass backwards? And you're going to tell me that the bond doesn't matter? The fuck it doesn't. It matters. You say that it matters if they have to grow a bond with the foster care parents, but it doesn't matter about the bond with their actual biological parents?
That's because the state is going to get paid for their adoption.
Yep. Well, her getting escorted out of the town, I thought it was hilarious. I was like, why are you scared? You shouldn't be scared if you have no reason to be afraid because you didn't do anything to be scared of anything happening. See, you did something, you dumb bitch.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, I would contact I'm different because had that shit happened to me, I'd have been like, as soon as we walk through that door, you're going to file an appeal today. If you do not, I am.
Yeah. Well, we left because I couldn't calm down, and the judge was like, I will have you thrown out of my courtroom whenever escorted out of the building whenever my attorney gave me a notepad to hand her pieces of paper, and so I was trying to do that, and then he's like, sit there. He says, I'll have you escorted out of this building. I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't even do that. You didn't say anything all the other times I was handing her paper, and then right at the end, after you felt like I was a fucking, the lowest of all things, and fuck you, like, holy fuck. So I had to get out of there because I was crying and I couldn't keep, like, I was hyperventilating, and I was like, I gotta go. I can't. And one of these, I will tell your attorneys, like, you can meet him out there. I said, I gotta go. And he's like, go ahead, go. He says, I'll take care of it. I said, thanks. And I was like, you got to get me, because then my mother's there and my sister too. I would have ended up in jail because we feed off of each other and fucking just blow up.
So what did Dad's lawyer say?
He didn't say much.
He didn't say much, but he was still like, he actually believes like Scott is still better off, and that if he would have been still doing the visits, yeah, right out of my damn hand. He could, if he was still doing the visits, he probably, and if we weren't together, he would have had our son by now. I was like, well, let's go live in different houses, then we can do it. Let's pretend. And both of them said, well, you already know that they're going to know that you're doing it on purpose. Now, if you would have done it months ago, I was like, I said they already would have checked on that anyways months ago.
Oh, and
Yep.
they were.
So,
Put him on the phone so he can tell me.
hi.
Put him on. He was trying to say something.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I was just thinking, like, you know, my lawyer was trying.
You guys froze.
He's frozen again. Oh,
As
man.
soon as he's seen,
There he
he
is.
got.
Can you hear us?
Yep, there he is.
Okay, yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
What did he
Yes.
say? Uh-oh.
Losing him. No shit. Trying to find this paperwork.
Yeah, it turned into, because at first, I mean, she was, you know, she's like, no, are you sure? Because, like, she said, well, so you weren't there. Well, no, one of my workers tells me, but you didn't see it. You don't have proof.
First-hand knowledge.
Yeah. So he's like, no. And she's like, okay, I just, yeah. Okay, thanks. So, and I mean, she and their lawyer, when at first the judge went in her favor twice, like the speculation and all, and something else it was, their lawyer leaned down like this and pissed off, and then they put the fucking therapist up there, and she said all that shit, and fucking it just switched the judge right to like, I am totally in the wrong and have been wrong.
Why wasn't your therapist allowed to testify?
Oh, well, because they just decided that all the people that were subpoenaed, they asked if they could leave. And that's why my drug and alcohol counselor, she's like, why? I was subpoenaed, but I didn't even get on the stand. I said, that's because after that therapist, that judge had made up his mind. I said, which is kind of fucked up because you have all these people subpoenaed here, but you're not going to let them on the stand. And that was because after the judge heard from that therapist and the bullshit that she said, he already made up his mind. So their lawyer was like, she was subpoenaed. Can she leave now? And all these other ones that were subpoenaed. And he's like, yeah. And then went straight to, yep, I'm going to go in favor of the motion of them not having visitations with both of the children. I was like, wow. Which I wasn't even going to end up being put on the stand either with anything to say because he made his mind up right after that trauma therapist bitch.
Well, you definitely need to get an appeal. You need to get out of that court. And your lawyer needs to get on it ASAP so you can get a court date before October.
Yeah, I'm going to text her. I'm going to call her. I'm going to email her. He's going to do the same thing with his. And yeah, because we already said, like, that's it. I want it. There's no way. He made up his mind. And she knew, too. She's like, I'm already pissing them all off. And now he's being ignorant to me. Like, he's made his mind up. I said, yeah, I see this.
Oh, man.
Well, I'm sorry things didn't go very well today. But you can't give up. Don't let that TPR hearing discourage you, because I will tell you this. even if they do TPR you, you have 24 months to have it overturned in your state Supreme Court.
Okay. Yeah, because I like that is what I do worry about that, but then I'm just like this like how can you even do this? Like, and I hate that the fact that there is literally no physical and actual and fucking proof of any of this. You're using in like I'm putting my kids in danger by having tears. How the fuck can you do that?
Yeah, as long as no one's checking them out, they do whatever they want.
Yeah. I said I don't understand how because and that's why my sister kept saying she's like, where is the reasoning? What is the danger? She was confused. I said, because I cry. That's the emotional retaliation, which they consider dangerment. Me putting my kids in danger by seeing them because I cry. She says, what? I said, yeah, trust me, I'm fucking just as confused as you are.
So I'm gonna send you four videos. Okay, you forward them to your lawyer because this is the American Bar Association, and these lawyers are telling lawyers how to keep TPRs from happening.
Okay. Well, and like I told, well, like I said, that lawyer in Butler, which actually my attorney knows him, and he's the shark. Like he's the one that does not give a fuck about putting the judges in jail, getting them off the stand, lawyers. See, he says, I don't give a shit. I don't care who I piss off. I said, that's why I need you. But he's so old. He's older. And he says, I'm tired. He says, so he has 6 kids and 16 grandchildren. He says, but I'm old. Like I'm tired. I can't. He says, now you send me a narrative plus information and people that are going through the same shit in your county and whatnot. I'm not promising anything. He says, but I'll take a look at it. And I think that if I do the narrative and all the information I've sent him already, that when it comes down to me having to sue them or file against them at CPS and shit, like he doesn't care. He'll take it. Or the judge. And I'm like, he is a fucking shark. Like this man is brilliant. And he's the only one around this area that has actually gotten and won the cases of CYS being sued.
Well, I'm going to send these to you because there's another show that's going to start at 1. I'm going to send this to you. I'll probably send it messenger and email so you can forward it to both attorneys. They need to watch these because these are actual lawyers who are telling other lawyers how to keep TPRs from happening and what the key points that they need to home in on. And tell your attorney, I'm not trying to be a bitch, but have you seen this? Maybe you should watch this.
Yeah, she will watch it. And like Dana said, you've got to be iffy, but she has she's like, what the fuck is going on? And she admits that she's like, this is the hardest case I've had so far. And she came into the game late because I had an attorney before her. And he was through this county and he was the go along, you do as they say, whatever. I'm not ruffling feathers. We all work together kind of ordeal. But she really showed me today that she tried and how fast she got them pissed off and shut the fuck down. So
I'm sending it to you right now in your messenger.
All right. Yeah, I will send it to her, and then I'll send it to Scott so he can send it to his attorney too. He I don't think he cares too much, even though he's the one with more experience with CPS, CYS fucking cases. But if anything, I'll send that to Al too, and just see if he'll even jump on my case now.
Send it to everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this is ridiculous. I can't believe I just got my visits taken and my right to visit them over fucking because I have tears in my eyes. What the fuck? I've never heard of that in my lifetime. Never would I have ever imagined that's how I would lose it.
Well, you have to remember, you're dancing with the fucking devils, man.
Yeah.
Evil will stop at nothing over greed.
Yeah. At this point, I don't even think Satan is this fucking bad. Like they're whole fuck. Mm. All right. Yeah,
I
I'll
just
get
sent
on.
it to your messenger and I sent it to your email so you both can forward them to your whoever. But
Okay.
you all need to watch these too and sign up for the next one that's in September. These are open to the public.
Okay. Yeah.
Not only that, the lawyer that I work with had no clue this was going on, and I sent them to her, and she's like, "This is awesome." So she's already signed up for the next one too, but she's watched all 4 of them.
Okay. Yeah, I will. Trust me. I'm gonna anything that I'm. I just want. I don't even know how to feel today, but I literally, I just want to fucking crawl up in a ball and go to sleep, but I'm not going to. Trust me, I know I'm not going to, and I will watch them and I'll send them straight to her. I'm gonna text her, email her, and fucking leave a voicemail on her law office. I do all of it. I do all of the messages so that I know one way or the other you're gonna get it.
Well, Renee, I'm really sorry, but I want you to keep your head up. Don't relapse, because that's really what they're aiming for. Okay.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they wanted a hair follicle today, and she went against it. She's like, he has eyes on every week because she didn't even know that my drug and alcohol does eyes on, so I can't even fake it. I can't switcheroo or anything. I said no. I said, and I told her I wanted that, and she does it, and she'll let me take pictures of the cup, everything. I said, but so she's like, the hair follicle that goes back like 6 months. So, and we knew 6 months ago she had relapse. What is that going to help any but your case?
Right.
So. All right. I'm gonna get off here, charge my phone, start calling her, and sending that, and then as soon as we're done with that, I will watch them. I will.
Yes, me too.
Make sure you send them to all the attorneys.
I will.
It's very helpful, and I really want you to have a good weekend. Okay.
That's right. Just use this as just forget about everything for the weekend. Don't call anybody. Don't nothing. Just use this time to relax in your own head.
Yeah.
Listen to me. And I tell Darren this all the time. This is what the system is supposed to do. It's supposed to break you and make you not want to continue. Absolutely not. Do not give them the power to take any part of your life from you.
That's right.
Oh no, I'm not. My kids are my life. Without them,
And if you have to, you can call me.
All right. Thank you. Like I said, I went in there and I did stay calm. I kept my facial expressions down. I did not give off attitude. I did not stare anybody down. And yet I said, well, that's fine. I said, at least I kept my composure until knowing that I wasn't going to see my kids. All right. Thank you. And I'll
keep your head up.
I will. I will.
We'll get through. Everyone will all get through this thing. We will all get through.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Just got to stay together and just keep at it.
Yeah, just you know what, just stay there with your man, and you know what, as long as you two can stay strong for each other, then that's what you need,
Yeah.
You know what, a lot of people don't even make it through that part. So you know what I mean. So.
And I better see you're behind on here on Monday.
Oh, I will be. I will be.
All right. Well, Renee,
all right.
What you gotta do?
Talk to you later.
Talk to you later.
Bye.
Oh, bastards! These sons of bitches.
They're doing exactly. This is exactly what the system is set up to do, and it's doing it to a fucking T.
Mm-hmm. The same exact thing, all the goddamn time. Man, it's such a hard thing to deal with. It just sucks, and they to do that on a Friday. Those bastards knew what they were doing. Let's let her swell her on this over the weekend. Let's let
No, they want her to relapse.
Right, of course. That's one of their biggest things.
And you're right. That's why they did it on a Friday, so she could party all weekend.
Yeah. So, man, these pieces of shit.
Is
They really
Becca
are pieces
on
of shit.
next?
What's that?
Is
Yeah,
Becca
Becca's on in 10 minutes here. So, let us get out of here. And sorry it wasn't a more positive update, guys, but that's the real story. That's the real deal right there. Damn it. I was looking for it. Now I don't even remember what the hell I was looking for that whole time.
We'll see everybody back on Monday. Have a good weekend, everybody.
That's right. Monday it is.
And
Stay
watch
tuned for
Becca. She's coming up next, and she got some good info.
Yes, she does. And
Henry's tomorrow night.
Yeah, Henry's tomorrow night, and something else too. I don't know. So stay tuned for that. Sam, that's right. Sam starts this weekend too.
Oh,
so
cool.
Sure,
we got a lot coming up this weekend.
Night. All right.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is Tiff and the Punisher. We are the Punisher Band. I'm Tiff. Tiff and the Punisher. And we're here to rock you. Tiff and the Punisher. We're here to save your children. Tiff and the Punisher. And fight against the evil CPS. Tiff and the Punisher. We're gonna stuff the Constitution down their throats. Tiff and the Punisher. Oh, yeah. Tiff and the Punisher. Keep the party going, y'all. Tiff and the Punisher. Let's get it on. Tiff and the Punisher. Here we go. Tiff and the Punisher. Come on. Tiff and the Punisher. Oh. Tiff and the Punisher. Here we go. Tiff and the Punisher. Oh. Oh. Let's go! Tiff and the Punisher. We're here to save your children. Tiff and the Punisher. And fight against the evil CPS. Tiff and the Punisher. We gotta stuff the Constitution down the throats. Tiff and the Punisher. Oh, yeah! Tiff and the Punisher. Keep the party going, y'all. Tiff and the Punisher. Let's get it up. Tiff and the Punisher. Here we go. Tiff and the Punisher. Come on. Tiff and the Punisher. Oh. Tiff and the Punisher. Here we go. Tiff and the Punisher. Oh. 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 Tiff and the Punisher. Go. Let's go. Tiff and the Punisher.
I'm, just your average parent trying to do right by my kids. Never thought I'd have to, deal with something like this. It was a regular Tuesday afternoon. The kids' toys were scattered everywhere. Then there was a knock at the door. My heart sank when I saw who it was.
Hello, I'm from Child Protective Services. We've received a report and need to inspect your home.
I didn't know what to do. They wanted to come in, look around, talk to my kids. My hands were shaking. I felt like I was doing something wrong even though I knew I wasn't. But then, I remembered something I'd read online about knowing your rights. I took a deep breath and said, "I'm sorry, but unless you have a warrant, I can't let you in." The CPS worker looked surprised. They weren't used to parents knowing their rights. It wasn't easy, but I stood my ground. I protected my family's privacy that day. Remember, when CPS knocks, know your rights. It can make all the difference.